up, y'all? It's been an eventful week. I've handed in my philosophy essay on Monday. And you know that feeling when you do something, you write an essay and it's supposed to be good. Like, you start out, you have ideas, right? And then you write them out. But then, like, halfway through, you're like, oh, this doesn't have to be perfect. And you just cut yourself some slack. But then by the end of it, it is just a complete fucking mess. Well, that's been my essay. I could not bear looking at it after I finished. It was such a mess. It was just like this mutilated thing it was cancer is what it was. I couldn't look at it. I was like, how did I make this thing? Me? Like, I made this? This deserves death. Like, this is the most horrific argument I've ever read. It's just inconsistent and it's just jumbled. Anyway, this is supposed to be a positive video, so here we go. This is the part 3 of appreciation post, which, I like talking about things I like about you because it makes me feel like I'm a nice person. But you know what? It's not my thing. I think after I finish recording this one, I am going to do a roast video. So instead of doing like 3 things I hate, instead of doing 3 things I like about you, I'll do 3 things I don't like about you. So hit me up if you want to be roasted. 3 things I like about Jess. Jess, you are very good at art. And here are some of Jess's artworks and her calligraphy. She's always been very talented at this. Like, I'm pretty sure by the time she was 5, she could draw better than I can now. And she's been practicing calligraphy, like Chinese calligraphy and English, whatever. Like, she's very good at writing that, and she teaches art. So I mean, yeah, it's pretty awesome. And she does architecture, which requires a lot of drawing and planning and sketching. So, I mean, it suits her because she's very, very good at it. And the second thing I like about you is that I don't know why I'm switching between like first person and third person. I'm confused, okay? My brain, I overslept and my brain isn't functioning very well. So the second thing is that you're so fucking funny. I laugh till I hurt myself. Like you have this like savage way of describing people or things, or just, I don't know, it's just so accurate and savage at the same time. It's so funny. It's like you have the courage to be so honest about things and just roast people. Like, it's so funny. And the third thing is that you're really diligent, and I forgot to mention, Jess is my cousin and we grew up together. And she, in primary school, she was so smart. She skipped 2 grades because she was just like above everyone. And then she came here to Australia when she was like 12 and basically started learning English from scratch, I think, because I mean, she learned some in China, but it wasn't useful. So then she repeated like half a year or a year, but she's still a year ahead of everyone because she skipped 2 years in primary school. So she did that, and then she got a really high Aight. I don't know how much, but like very high, because she was doing like 15 units in year 12, and then she got into architecture, which, by the way, is, I mean, just look at the Aight. I bet you it's out of my league anyway. And now she's doing her honors at UCID. So she's very, very smart, and she's working as well. And I've never really met anyone that's hardworking as Jess. And honestly, I don't think I could do that. I mean, I spend way too much time watching TV shows. So yeah, I couldn't even imagine what that's like having the motivation to do things that are productive instead of just making YouTube videos. Anyway, um, next up is Dexter. I really like that you have um, two birds, and that you're so lovable, that you're so loving towards them. They're really cute birds, and I hope that I hope they've been doing well. The second thing is that I think it's really cool that you work at this childcare center, because dude, how do you have the like patience and capacity to deal with children? I do not like children. I did not even like children when I was a child. I thought I was above everyone else. I was like, I'm so mature. I'm just gonna talk to the older kids. I don't like people my age. They're just so annoying. So, I mean, good for you, because the children obviously need someone to take care of them, and I think it's a very honorable job that I will never ever do. It's like, I actually considered it once. I considered doing like childcare. I was like, oh, you know what? I like telling people what to do. So I mean that's what you get to do, right? But boy, as soon as I get around children, that I just they don't even like me. They just cry when they see me. You know what's so? Look at this loving face. Look at, how could I ever hurt you? I know I don't like you, but it's not like I'm gonna beat you up, you know? Like, calm down. Calm the fuck down. You have nothing to worry about. Like, children are just crying all the time. They're like, oh, they complain about things that, you know what? This isn't a roast video. I'm just gonna stop here. I can stand children. They're fine. They're just smaller humans, right? So I mean, if anything, my dislike for humans shrink when it comes to children because they're smaller in size, so it goes in proportion, I guess. Wait, no, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm gonna move on. And the other thing is that you speak Korean, and I'm not sure how well, but like, I know you speak some. Like, is it just because you're watching Korean TV shows? Is that how you learn? Anyway, it's pretty impressive. I would love to learn a different language, and apparently for my course this is required. Like, I have to learn a different language. I just didn't know, and this is my first year, so I still have time to learn a different language, but I am already a year behind everyone, so that's gonna be fun. Alternatively, I will just switch courses so I don't have to do anything. Isn't that fun? Okay, next up is Kirk. Or I don't want to use like the funny thing too much because that just sounds fake. Like, if I say that I like everyone because they're funny, that sounds kind of fake, right? But but the first thing I like about you is that you're funny. And it's like, it's a good thing to have humor. Especially like the ability to joke about things, the ability to make some topics that are uncomfortable funny. I think that's a really powerful thing. So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure anyone could tell you this. Like, I'm sure anyone that you're friends with will tell you that you're funny, because you are. But yeah. And the second thing is that you've joined the atheist community. I mean, you came from like this really religious background, which you keep insisting isn't that religious, but I mean, I can tell, like, your whole family is Christian. It's pretty tough having to like come out to your parents and say that you're not religious anymore. And I mean, you did that, so that's pretty cool. I don't have anything against religions. I don't, but I think it's awesome that when you have the ability to question some of the things that you believe that you've been brought up with, because that takes courage, and ultimately be able to find something that you believe in and not just what your family fed you. And yeah, and the third thing is that you have a lot of teeth. This sounds really weird, but you have a lot of teeth. Like, have you seen how many teeth you have? It's like when you laugh, there's usually like people show like this many teeth, which is like, I don't know, 6 to 8, which is like the normal amount. But when you fucking laugh, this is like you're like a fucking shark. Like this, your entire face just opens up and it's just covered with teeth. And I mean, good for you, cause I don't have all my teeth. I have 4 of my teeth removed because I had braces for so long, and I am gonna have my wisdom teeth removed the end of the year. And like when I was 8, I chipped this one, so it was like half of it was gone, and this is actually a fake one. Like, it's a cap. My parents spent so much money trying to fix my teeth, because of like I had so many cavities and just problems with my teeth, and the braces cost a lot. And there's this cap, I think it cost like $1,000 something. It was like custom made, this porcelain top quality thing, just because I chipped my tooth when I was 8. So yeah, I mean, I'm serious. I like that you have all your teeth. Isn't that amazing? I had this nightmare yesterday that my grandma was biting something, and her teeth were really loose, and she fell onto this chair, and then she like banged her head against the chair, and somehow like all of her teeth just like fell out of the gum. And it didn't like fall out as in like it didn't just start raining out, but it was loose. And I was like, oh my god, are you okay? And she's like, no, like all of my teeth, they're coming out. And I was just like, oh fuck, what do we do now? Like, how are you gonna eat now? Like, what, this is my fault. I don't understand. How could I let this happen to you? You know, it's like, I felt that it was my responsibility that my grandma had lost all her teeth. And when I woke up, I was really glad that was just a dream. I was like, oh, well, fuck, thank God, she still has her teeth. I mean, isn't that a good start to the day? That's always a positive news when your grandma hasn't lost all her teeth. Yeah. Okay, and this is the last person that will be in my appreciation post, because after this, I am gonna fucking roast you all. I don't like this appreciation shit. Like, I don't need to tell you this about yourself, alright? You just need to love yourself. You don't need me to tell you all of these great things about you. Just appreciate yourself, man. And the last person is Dawn. And the first thing I like about Dawn is that Dawn is very hardworking. And again, I've probably used this too much, but Dawn was, I mean, like, I went to school with her, so I know her. I still go to school with her. We go to uni together now. She was very hardworking, and I don't know, it was just inspiring to see that some people haven't given up yet in year 12, because I have. Halfway through year 12, I was just like, at several points I was like contemplating dropping out. Not like seriously contemplating, but I was just like mulling over my options. I was like, you know, if I just drop out and go back to China, would it really be that bad? Like, I have my options. I don't have to finish year 12. But you know, like, people like Dawn, they kept on trying and doing their best. And fuck, it was very inspiring. And the second thing I like about Dawn is that, I mean, you're very understanding. You've been there for me. I mean, Okay, you probably don't remember this, but I remember like one time I had a breakdown, which happened a lot during year 12. I had so many breakdowns, but I had this breakdown because and this was very stupid because I was in history class, and I was I think I was trying to talk to my teacher or something, or like I was trying to learn or something, but like everyone was just talking over each other, and it was really annoying, and I was stressed about this like assignment that was coming up, and I could not get my teacher's attention because he was fucking like gossiping with the girls over there. I'm like, what are you doing? You're supposed to teach me. And I got so mad, I started crying. And I mean, it's not just that I was mad, I was obviously so stressed as well. That's why I was like crying, and I just burst out crying, and I walked down the hallway and just crying, looking really crazy. um and then Dawn ran into me and she comforted me, and I don't know, it's a small thing, but I'll always remember that because I just felt so down. Like at so many points during year 12, I had breakdowns and I could not cope with what was going on. I could not cope with the amount of work that I had to do and the amount of pressure I was putting on myself. And like having people there that understood that it's really fucked up and that it's okay that I want to cry about it was really helpful. Was really, really helpful. So thank you for that. The third thing I like about Dawn is that you gotta use it now. So I mean, I don't mean to be an elitist or whatever, but UCIT is obviously the best uni, better than USW. And UTS, I mean, like, dude, come on, if you go to UTS, just admit, it's like a TAFE. It looks like a TAFE. It's so small. It has there has this ugly brown building that you call a campus. I mean, dude, what are you doing? UCIT is obviously the better option. It's right across the road. Why don't you just go to UCIT? Anyway, I like that you go to UCIT, and we should definitely hang out more. Because yeah, I have a lot of breaks during classes, and instead of studying, I just take a nap at Fisher Library. And I mean, this is the point of the semester where I start giving up. It's like I always start out my school year or semester or whatever being like enthusiastic and like, oh yeah, you can do this. This is so great. And then it slowly declines. Like the amount of enthusiasm I have just slowly declines over time, and the amount of enthusiasm I have just slowly declines over time. And towards the end of the semester, that's the point when I start thinking about going back to China. And just not doing anything, and just maybe like getting a job at Macros or something so I can support myself, and that's all there is. Like, and this is getting dangerously close to that point. I'm like, the other day I was talking to someone, I was like, hey, would it really be that bad if I just gave up everything and went back to China? I mean, like I can go to uni in China and just get my degree and live my life. This is that point. This is getting to that point. So please watch my YouTube videos so that I feel better about myself and not wasting my time on this thing that nobody even watches. Because my last video got like 13 views, and that's so sad, honestly. Like, come on guys, you can do better. It just click on it. Just click on it and you'll make my date so much better. Thank you.